Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So it's bright and early, doing my morning program. Hope you guys are staying up on yours, mind, body, and soul. Just got done with my first workout. I do 2 workouts 6 days a week. I do a body weight core workout. I can just do that here in the living room. I do that every day. And then I will go to the gym and do some actual weight training. For me, the difference between a good workout and a bad workout is presence of mind. And that's what I want to talk about, is presence of mind. How do you stay in the moment? A lot of times when we drift off in thought, we can kind of ruin the moment. I've done this before on vacation. I've been on some pretty cool vacations. I remember sitting in Egypt, looking at the Sphinx, stressing on shit that's 6,000, 7,000 miles away. I remember very little of that day touring around the pyramids. I mean, I remember seeing them. But the entire time I was lost in thought, thinking about other people, other situations, stuff I couldn't control. Just stressing. I've done this before many times. I've gone on motorcycle rides in beautiful places, spent the entire time lost in thought, not really even experiencing what I came to see. You get from point A to point B and you're just like, whoa, maybe I should do it again. I don't even know if I really even experienced it. We can do this in all kinds of ways in our life, and it's important to have a presence of mind. You want to really be there in the moment. That's how you experience life. That's where your best experiences come from. That's where a connection with a higher power comes from. That's where you get your best, your spontaneous thoughts of maybe I should do this. That's where your life changes. This is where you find love. This is where you have an awareness that you may not necessarily have. Say you're at a coffee shop and you just stopped in to get a goddamn cup of coffee. You're just a little tired and your fucking soulmate could be in there. But how the hell would you know if you're focused down, sitting there stressing, not even in the moment? Missing out on life. Missing out on opportunities. So one of the ways that I do this is by trying to connect my mind and my body. Many times we get lost in one sense. So for example, we could get lost in thought. Maybe an emotion that's triggering us and pulling us in a certain direction, anger, sorrow, fear. And that's really all that's going on with us. We don't feel our toes, we don't feel our fingers, we don't feel our hair follicles, we're not aware of anything else other really than our thought. Everything else is on autopilot. We do this when we commute across town. Notice this, this happens with everybody. You commute to work, especially if you go the same route every day. You're just on autopilot. You're lost in thought the entire time. You get there and you don't even really remember the trip. The way that I reconnect with reality, with the moment, is by reconnecting my senses. We can be lost in physical senses, lost in pain. Broke my finger, ouch, 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 that hurts, it hurts, it hurts, and it's all you can think about. It's just a broken finger. Broken finger sucks. Trust me, I know. I've broken fingers on people's faces. But it's just a broken finger. It doesn't have to ruin your life. But it can, and that can be all we focus on. We can have a hurt toe. We can have a hemorrhoid. It could be some sort of pain, and that's all we focus on. We miss out on everything else. It ruins our entire day. You can have presence of mind by reconnecting with the other senses, to reconnect your whole body. Your body and your mind, I should say. So, when I'm lost in thought at the gym, going through the motions on autopilot, that's going to be a bad workout. I've been working out long enough to know that's a recipe for a bad workout. The way to have a good workout is to take control of my senses. Pay attention with sight, sound, feeling, with all my senses. So instead of just looking around the room randomly or at the TVs, because they always have TVs in gyms, I look at the mirror and try to get a picture of myself so I can focus on my form. Perfect form, perfect form. That's my goal. Not the amount of weight, it's the form. Time under tension. Feeling, having that muscle and mind connection. Feeling the muscle, really focusing on the muscle that you're working on. So if you're doing a bench press, really focusing on your chest and flexing that muscle as you're pushing it and really getting into the moment. Notice any sounds around you, any smells around you, the feeling of the bench underneath your body, the feeling of your feet against the floor, firmly placed against the floor. These types of things. That takes me out of just being lost in one sense, lost in thought, lost in stressing about shit I can't control. Thinking about bills, thinking about relationships, thinking about shit that needs to be fixed. All these kinds of things can ruin your fucking moment. Stay in the moment. You can practice this anywhere, anytime. When I'm on my motorcycle and I ride, I like to do it as an unwinding thing. Just kind of, go off the grid and get a little break from life. Many times I'll be stressing. I have to remind myself, okay, pay attention to the sights, the sounds, the smells, the feeling of the bike rumbling underneath me, the sun in my eyes, the way the sun feels on my skin, the whole experience. I might be cold, I might be warm, the temperature might be perfect. To notice these various things, and that really puts me in the moment. So when I have that experience, I have a well-rounded interaction with it. I don't just go through the motions. You can do this in any aspect of your life. The final key to this is people ask, well, how do I get rid of the stressful thoughts? What if I can't? What you focus on is what gets closer to you. So the more you focus on the various senses that you're experiencing, sight, sound, smell, touch, these types of things, the more you focus on those types of things within any experience, the more present that you'll be in that experience, and the less that you're going to be focusing on the swirl of stew, that fucking toilet full of shit, whatever you want to call it, that's going around inside your head of all those thoughts. You can take a break from them for a minute, but it's also helpful to be able just to have a little bit of trust in yourself. Trust that I can put aside my plotting and scheming, this need to overthink everything, to have hypothetical scenarios for anything. I can put that aside for a second. And whatever the problem is, even if it's real serious, whatever it is, can wait. Maybe it'll work itself out, but for this moment, for this few minutes, for this hour, whatever it is, for this next little period of time, I'm just going to push that aside. And I'm just going to be present of mind in the here and now, experiencing what's going on right now. A practice that you can do with this to experience the present of mind, because practice makes perfect. Pick a time every single day. It could be 4 o'clock, could be 2 o'clock, whatever. Put it on your phone. Pick a time every single day for 1 minute. 1 minute, 60 seconds. Sit there and stare at the clock so you know you're doing it for a full minute. So you don't want to do this while you're driving 75 miles down the freeway. Maybe you want to do this when you're sitting at your desk. Maybe you want to do this when you're watching TV. Maybe you want to do this in a more passive time rather than an active time. But take it a moment. 1 minute. 1 minute a day. Just 1 minute every day. It's only 60 seconds. And for that 60 seconds, pay attention to your breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Pay attention to your posture. Pay attention to your sights, sounds, smells, the seat underneath you, the ground under your feet. And get rid of, just put aside all your thoughts. Put aside all that shit for 1 minute, 60 seconds a day. I don't care if the world is crumbling down on you. If there's an apocalypse, bombs going off. You'll sit there for 60 seconds while everybody else is freaking out, running around like chickens with their heads cut off. Just 60 seconds. Get in the moment. Regather your own mentality, your own sanity, your own thoughts. You just go off the grid for a second from your anxiety for 60 seconds. This practice is invaluable. I do this every day, oddly enough, at 3:57. 3:57. I look at the clock every day at 3:57. I don't need an alarm. I do it on my own. I'll just be like, oh, I wonder what time it is. 3:57. That's so weird. It's like this weird coincidence. So I took that coincidence and I do this every day for years. 3:57, that's my time. From 3:57 to 3:58, I check out from fucking my stress, from the bullshit, from the rat race, from whatever you're fucking jabbering on about, and I just reconnect with myself and the moment and the planet and my breathing and my fucking nothingness inside my head for just a minute. And then at 3:58, it all comes back. But at least a minute when I go to bed after that fucking day, I know, hey, this has been a stressful day. I fought all day. I fought those fucking demons in my head and outside. I fought the world all day, but at least I had a minute. At least I had 1 minute of heaven in this fucking hell. Hope somebody gets what I'm talking about. Thanks for watching.